Kelly, you're live.
Oh my goodness, it is First Friday already. First Friday of May, May 1st. May the 1st be with you. No, May the 4th be with you. Hey everybody, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Ready Set Drone First Friday tonight. Man, this is going to be the biggest show I've ever done. I've actually got two social distancing crew here with me tonight. I got my brother Scott, who I've known since he was a wee little lad. Back in the day, we used to work together doing live events, loading trucks, driving across the country. Back in our single days, we had a lot of fun. But he's if you ever need an event produced, by the way, Scott actually was the technical director at SpinUp. So you guys, a lot of you probably met him. And then we've got Thomas over there in the technical booth taking care of the switching. But I've got a lot to cover tonight. I just saw, I think it was Steve Carpenter or somebody asked about the Morse code. Yeah, I thought it was just kind of a funny way to end the countdown, like dee 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 dee. Hey, what's up, Rick Halber? How you doing? I have to say, Rick, your second package arrived, and my wife has been enjoying the wine. So thank you for sending it. COVID, thank you, COVID. Gosh, we have a lot to cover tonight. First of all, I know that you guys, or some of you probably just watched Oz by Drone, which was simulcast on both channels. That's something that Greg has been kind of doing recently. He did that with Ken's show a few weeks ago onto my channel. Just kind of seeing if it can be done. It's pretty cool, I think. You know, I'd say the only weird thing is sometimes you get the chat on one channel and the chat on the other, and they aren't exactly the same. Hey, thank you, Sean, for the great introduction. But I was curious, can anybody comment on how the Oz by Drone, Come Drone With Me thing went? Were you able to see a lot of vistas, a lot of people flying in different parts of the world? I think that was the idea, is that he was having people come in and actually fly from different areas. So I'd love to hear if that went well. I tuned in for about 10 seconds, but of course my focus was trying to get all this stuff done, and you know, it always goes down to the wire. I actually got up at 5 a.m. this morning and started working on this, like literally writing up the agenda and stuff, and finished like 30 seconds before. So doesn't matter how much time you have, you absorb every ounce of it. So first of all, I want to start out by saying thank you to two people. The Mojek gave a 10-pound super chat to the other stream, but it was on my channel, so I saw that. So thank you, the Mojek. I guess you're over in the UK. And then I want to say thank you to Bill from Metro Drones, who is a huge supporter of this channel, huge supporter of a lot of our channels. Also, a former subscriber of the month. So Bill, and also the guy who probably worked, him and Brad Alston are the two guys that probably worked the hardest at SpinUp last year. So thanks to all you guys, aside from Scott's crew. But I mean, you know, for people that weren't getting paid to do it, Bill, his wife Sandy, Brad, you guys really helped out. I appreciate it so much. And a lot of people helped out. So anyway, just want to give you guys an overview of what we're going to do tonight. There's quite a bit on the agenda. We are going to have some special guest segments this evening. It's something we've never tried before, but I'll let it be a surprise. I think both, at least one of the special guests are in the chat right now. The other one might not be, but we're going to do Subscriber of the Month. And again, I'll give shout outs to our former ones. Rick Halber, the reigning Subscriber of the Month right now, who got a nice prize package for me, but also sent me some really cool stuff. So thank you, Rick. We're going to do a Phantom Angel giveaway. So if you guys saw my video about the Phantom Angel, which is the battery conditioner, decharger, that thing is being given away by Alex, who's the guy who makes it out of the UK. What's going to happen is when we give it away, you know, only win it, or if you win it and you don't have a DJI drone, then give it to somebody else. But if you have one or two DJI drones, he's going to make a custom one that can use two different DJI drones, or can work with two different DJI drones. So thank you, Alex, for that. I actually meant to bring mine with me, but I left it at home, so sorry about that, but you can go watch the video. I think it's a cool device. We'll leave it at that for now. And then we're also going to tell you how to win the Mavic Mini. But here's the question. I think this is an actual Mavic Mini with a remote control battery and the whole setup. A lot of people in the chat on my support video said it's not, that it's just the Mavic Mini by itself. So I'm gonna actually open this tonight and find out which it is. If it is truly a just a Mavic Mini by itself without a remote and all that, I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna send it to the winner of this contest. And the contest I came up with, I think it's gonna be a bit of work, but you know, it's going to really separate the people who really want it from the ones that don't. And then down to the final two things, we of course are going to announce the next subscriber of the month, and we're going to announce the dates for SpinUp. Finally. I know everybody's been asking about that. When are we doing SpinUp? What's going on? It's going to be a little different, and I'm excited to talk about it, but I'll save it for a moment. Take a big sip of water. It is water. And it's nice and cold in the Ready Set Drone tumbler, which, by the way, subscriber of the month, I've started giving these out. So if you win subscriber of the month, you get one of these. They're pretty dope, as the kids say. Before we go any further, let's see, where is Philip? Is Philip in the house? Is Philip? No, Philip's in an RV.
Indeed, I am. I'm in Tennessee right now, near Memphis.
Nice. That's actually where the guy that made this is. He's outside of Memphis. His name is Clifton, and we're going to talk about this in a minute. If everybody saw this video, I'm going to give you an update. But yeah, you're near Memphis, and how's it going?
There's ticks here, and my wife has gotten 3 ticks on her so far, and she's not happy about that.
Well, you got to watch out for that.
Aside from that,
Lyme disease, right?
We're at a lake right now. Yeah, Lyme disease is no bueno.
No bueno. What's the name of the lake? Do you know?
I don't know, actually. It's my dad's house. We're parked outside of it.
How is it going with regard to COVID and isolation in the RV and all that? Are you guys able to do okay with that?
So we stayed in Florida for the past month, basically, and then we decided to just move on. So we took off to here. We're going to be taking off to Kentucky, near Mammoth Cave, next week.
Oh, nice.
No, not next week, the week after.
Okay.
And if it's open, we'll drop in. If not, we just won't. But there's a nice campground nearby that we're staying at.
Nice.
And I've been a little bit busy with making a countertop area for to go above my dryer. So I'm doing some custom fabrication of cabinets and stuff in the RV, and that's interesting.
Well, I assume you're posting some content about that on Instagram or on YouTube?
Yeah, my wife should be posting on Instagram, and I might post something about it on YouTube eventually.
I've been watching a lot of the Instagram stuff. I've seen Megan, first of all, looks like she's exercising a lot, and she's growing a lot of plants.
Yes, we've been prop lifting. So the idea is you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or someplace with a garden, and succulents you can actually grow from leaves that come off. So you pick up leaves off the ground and you take them home, and they grow new plants.
You're not pulling them off the plant. You're
no,
uplifting.
The ones that are already on the ground. We're not taking them. They're trash anyway. So
wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Well, I'm glad you're here. As I said, we got a lot to cover. Did you get the document that I sent you? You got the
I did.
The agenda? Awesome.
I haven't read through it yet because I literally got it at 7:02 p.m.
And it's really long because we have a lot to cover.
Yeah.
Well, let me start with something. Just doing a quick favor for a friend of mine, Barry Markowitz, who was a speaker at SpinUp last year. You guys remember Barry lives in Hawaii and covers Polynesia for a variety of different publications, both with his drone and with his camera. Barry is selling his Mavic 2 Pro, and he asked me to, Thomas, can you give me the Mavic 2 Pro video, please? He asked me to show you guys. I don't know what the price is, but he told me it's mint, minimal flight time, never crashed, no glitches, and no drama. That was his description. Includes 4 batteries, a hub for battery multiple charging, Nanook 920 waterproof case, Polar Pro strobe. No, actually that would be a LumeCube strobe, I think. He told me that was the wrong thing. Extra props, prop restraints, controller, soft case, original box, free coconut shells, and he bought it from Best Buy. So if you're interested in Barry's slightly used Mavic 2 Pro, I guess, if you, well, I suppose you can just hit me, Kelly at Ready Set Drone, and I can pass the word on to him because I don't know his email address off the top of my head, and I might have put it in the description, or I might not have. But if I didn't, just hit me up and I'll connect you guys. And so I wanted to let everybody know I'm going to be trying something new tomorrow. Now, a couple of you guys Yeah, so Metro Drones is asking if it comes with coconuts, and yes, he said right here, free coconut shells. He said shells. So I don't know what the shipping policy is on coconuts, but anyway. Hey, Brad, good to see you. I was just singing your praises earlier, yours and Bill's. So thank you for joining, for all the help you gave me at SpinUp. I'm going to try something new in a little tomorrow, actually, at 5 p.m. Central Time. I am going to try something that I tried the other night and failed miserably. So if any of you guys saw me a notification that I went live, 2 nights ago, no, I wasn't drinking. No, I wasn't, wasn't a butt dial or anything like that. I was trying out this thing that is a combination of live streaming and podcasting directly to YouTube. And it's a beta product. I can't talk too much about whose it is or whatever yet, but they've asked me to test it. And basically what it allows you to do is make a phone call with your phone and call anybody that you want, and you can talk to them, and it'll immediately send that conversation to a live stream on YouTube. Now, if you have like a spouse that's maybe fooling around on you, that might be a good. No, I'm kidding. The biggest thing with it is that it allows you to do this sort of podcasting thing on YouTube. And I think if I do this tomorrow, when I do this tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central Time, if anybody tunes in, the idea is that you can tune in with a set of headphones. You don't have to. You don't have to be watching it. You can literally, there is going to be chat. It looks like a live stream, just like any other live stream. But if you're like doing the dishes or walking the dog or whatever, riding your bike or stealing succulents from Lowe's or Home Depot, you can listen at the same time. Driving, you can listen at the same time. So Philip, what do you think about that?
It's not stealing, okay? It's a thing. It's a real thing. It's not stealing.
Wait, what did you call it? You called it prop lifting?
It's prop lifting because they're called props.
Oh, their leaves are called props.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not called leaves on a succulent? Can somebody,
whenever it falls
somebody
off,
in the chat? Oh, because no, they're heavy. Anyway, no, I was asking you about the software.
They don't.
I was asking you, what do you think about this ability to podcast directly to YouTube?
I think that it's a change for people. I'm not sure how many people are going to be on board with just audio coming from YouTube. Like, I know that you can't put audio. You can't use YouTube as background audio unless you have the special subscription. So if you're using it on your app, you have to have you have to have either the app up or you have to have the subscription to let it go in the background.
Oh, really? So that's interesting because I've tried to do that where I'm playing it, and then if I close the YouTube app or minimize the YouTube app, it stops. That's because I don't have a subscription. Yeah. Oh, I will tell you.
If you get the YouTube Pro or whatever, then it works.
Okay, then you can minimize it. That's interesting. That's helpful to know with this. But the big thing with this, I think, is that I think a lot of people like to listen to stuff. I know I do when I'm doing other stuff. I like to listen to podcasts. Any favorite podcasts out there? I'll tell you a couple of mine real quick. I love Snap Judgment. I don't know if anybody's ever listened to Snap Judgment, but it's a really good one. Any other favorite podcasts? You guys podcast people? Am I showing my NPR hippiness here by admitting that I listen to podcasts? I know there's one with
a long time ago. I was going to say a long time ago, I used to listen to the Jupiter Broadcasting series a lot, which is a bunch of tech topics like Linux and a whole bunch of security topics and stuff like that. But I haven't listened to a podcast in a long time.
What? Wouldn't you listen to them while you're driving the RV from place to place, or do you listen to music, or do you just have such a great marriage that you and your wife talk constantly?
I listen to music mostly.
What's on Philip's playlist?
Today's hits. I enjoy the occasional hip hop song, so I can feel like I'm ratchet, Yeah. And then sometimes pop hits, whatever. Whatever's typically on the radio is what I listen to.
There you go, man. Way to go, Philip. Well, if you guys have a chance and you want to try something out, I'm going to be talking to Brennan Edwards. Brennan, a lot of you guys know as the guy from Droner. He's also was on the show Curse of Akakor, which I don't think many people saw, but he was on the show as the tech guy. And actually, I've heard from him that might get picked up by another network and go out to live again, so more people might see it. He's a frequent guest on Thursday Night Live, so Brennan will be my guest tomorrow. I'm calling the segment Speed Dial, and we're going to just talk for about 45 minutes. We've got some actually pretty interesting topics. He is looking at doing a documentary, and he's going to talk a little bit about that. He also ran into another famous YouTuber. I say another, a more famous YouTuber than any of us in LA, and he can tell us that story too. So if you want to listen to Brennan and I talking about this stuff tomorrow while you walk your dog, tune in to Speed Dial, which will be on Ready Set Drone at 5 p.m. Central Time. And again, it's just kind of an experiment of crossing those two platforms, podcasting and live streaming. So all of that said, I guess, Philip, have you heard me talk about our pal Felix from Germany when I went to Germany last year?
I believe I've heard you say a few things. I'm not sure what you're referencing, though.
Usually followed by Du Lump or hat ein Vogel or ist verrückt. Nein. So Felix is the guy behind Quadcopter Guide. Felix actually, I think he's got about 12,000 subscribers or so. He's based in Germany, but he actually grew up in Phoenix. So he has this weird kind of ability to switch between a perfect German accent and a perfect Arizona accent, which I think people in Arizona don't typically have an accent. Felix is going to do a little segment. I thought it would be fun to have him come in. He's going to do a little segment each month for us called V Gates Felix. Now, can anybody in the chat tell me what V Gates means? And if you're trying to spell it, it's WIEGEHT''S. V Gates Felix. I'm going to give.
Do you want me to say, or do you want?
Do you know? Do you just know that off the top of your head? Go ahead.
I took some German back in the day. Where it goes, I think, is actually what it translates to literally, but where is?
It's colloquially it's what's up. V Gates. V is how.
Oh, V Gates then, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. V is how, and Gates is like going. So how's it going, Felix?
Yeah.
Is the thing. So anyway, I thought it would be interesting to hear because I think most of this audience is from North America. I know we've got some Australians, some Aussies out there. We've got some Brits. And I'm very glad you're all here. But I'd love to hear some other perspectives from around the world on what's going on. First of all, with drone community, but second of all, with COVID. So Felix put together this little video. So V Gates, Felix.
Hey Kelly and Ready Set Drone fans, welcome to the first installment of V Gates Felix, or also known as How's Felix Doing? I don't know if you saw, but Kelly and I did a couple videos a couple months back when his family and he came to visit Germany on vacation. And we've had a good time, and so Kelly reached out and said, hey, would you like to be kind of a regular on my streams? And I said, why not? Let's do it. So in this little segment, I wanted to kind of go over what's going on with me, what's going on in Germany. As a matter of fact, you're looking at a forest that is deep in Bavaria. I'm sure you guys have been cooped up as much as I have the last couple of weeks, and just being out here today gives me a new appreciation for views like that. In Germany as a whole, we're starting to see the regulators working on kind of softening the lockdown rules for the whole coronavirus lockdown. Bavaria, of course, was hit relatively hard just because a lot of people that were skiing in Austria and Italy brought the coronavirus to Germany. So that's how people think most of the coronavirus got to Germany, actually. So that's kind of interesting. It's not going to be easy the next couple months, but I'm sure you guys can relate. People that are, in normal jobs are being forced to reduce hours. There's people that have been let go. It's just kind of crazy. But we're trying to stay positive. In terms of the YouTube channel, I got a chance to test the DJI Mavic Air 2 ahead of the launch. Of course, by the time you're watching it, the drone's already out, but I'm recording it way before then, so the drone isn't out yet. It's kind of exciting. The larger half-inch sensor is great. The OcuSync 2.0 is amazing, of course, and really nice to see in a mid-class drone like this. The improvements for photography with the 48 megapixel images is fantastic, and the improvements for video, getting 120 megabits per second video bandwidth, and decent alike, of course. It's just a great compact little package.
All right, I got to show you guys a quick teaser of the video to get you guys excited.
If you'd like to check out the review I've worked tirelessly on this thing, then head over to the channel and check that out. I'm sure Kelly will link it down below. And hey, in the video comments of this video, let me know that you came from Ready Set Drone. I'd love to see how many of you guys came over from here to there. What's coming up in the future for me and the YouTube channel? Well, since I got one of these things early, it is my duty. I have to make more videos of this thing. I plan on comparing it to other drones and just kind of go into a deep dive of the specs and the features. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, feel free to check it out. So, das waren die Neuigkeiten jetzt von mir. Oh wait, in the meantime, I'm going to try to stay healthy and get some more exercise. Been kind of lacking in that aspect and just super grateful to be outside today. So I hope you guys are doing well. Hang in there and stay healthy. And I can't wait to talk to you guys in the next segment. See ya. See ya, Kelly.
All right, thank you, Felix, for the video. I will recommend, if you haven't already gone and watched Felix's review of the Mavic Air 2, Mavic 2 Air, I don't know which way is the right way to say it, but he has a really good one. He does a great job of comparing the cameras between camera 1 and camera 2, or that and the older cameras and the different rates. And his channel in general, Quadcopter Guide, is great. One of the things he talks about in his review is the Felix Helix, which I thought was actually pretty funny. And I want to give two quick super chat shout outs. First of all, I want to thank the Grumpy Vlogger. Thank you, Lloyd. Very, very much appreciated. And thank you to Sean, who gave me a super chat a little while ago, I think right before the video. So you guys are awesome. Very much appreciated. So if you get a chance, back to Felix, it is Quadcopter Guide, and just look for Quadcopter Guide on YouTube. And again, his review, my two favorite reviews, honestly, were him and Aldrin from Flight Path. They both had fantastic reviews of the Mavic 2 Air. I have to say, I generally like the stuff that iPhonedo does, and I wasn't super impressed with his review this time. It seemed like he kind of phoned it in. Do you see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but everything he does is quality. I can't believe you said that.
It was quality, but it was I don't know. Just watch it and tell me if it seems like he phoned it in or not. Have you seen Felix's or Aldrin's from Flight Path?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen very much on that yet.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I had a great time. Hey, Joe Blaylock with another super chat for $14.99. It says, thanks much again. You're welcome, Joe. Thank you. And again, thank you, Lloyd and Sean. I want to mention real quick that Sean and I and Ed and a guy named Jake were all on a live stream during the launch of the Mavic Air. Philip, I don't know if you saw that or not, but I don't want to talk about Mavic Air too much because it's getting talked about, I think, a lot, which is fine, but this is not the venue. What do you think of it just in 30 seconds or less?
I honestly haven't looked into it at all, so I have no opinions for you yet.
All right. Well, I mean, it seems like it's great for its range, but it's kind of it kind of seems to be in that spot where it's the Goldilocks, I guess. If you don't want something that's as expensive or high end as a Mavic 2, and you don't want something as cheap as a Mavic Mini, so that's what I'll say. Next up, we have a giveaway. So I don't actually have it here, Scott. Thank you. But occasionally, if you just want to go to the other camera, we set up two cameras. So check this out. That's camera 2. Now watch this. I'm going to go to camera 1. You ready? Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. Isn't that cool? And Philip doesn't move. Yeah, you got to keep up, man. Another super chat from Mappers 2. Thank you, John. Very, very much appreciated. And John's been at SpinUp. Actually, a lot of these guys have been at SpinUp, and that is the last topic we're going to talk about. That's how I keep you all here watching, is because I saved that for the end. But what I wanted to talk about next was the Phantom Angel. So the Phantom Angel is a device which I don't have in my hands because I forgot it. It's a very well-made little device that dissipates batteries using a halogen bulb. Basically, dispowers them so that you can put them in optimal storage. Philip, did you happen to watch that video about the Phantom Angel?
Yeah, I did. It sounded similar to the other thing that we were talking about last month, right? Because we were talking about a battery discharger, like I believe it was last month during the show.
I think it actually was the same one. I just I don't think I had tried it at that point. It's only been about 2 or 3 weeks ago that I actually got. It was weird because in that video I'm wearing a hat and a down coat. It was really cold in Austin that day, and then the next day it was like 85. So
that sounds about right for Austin around this time.
So it's made by a guy named Alex Proto out of the UK. Alex, you contacted me. The website is phantomangel.com, or no, phantomangel.rocks. Sorry, it should be in the description. But it's funny because batteries are one of these controversial topics. I got a lot of people saying, you shouldn't do that with your battery. And I'll tell you my quick thought on that is that what I would use it for, the deep discharging is what people had an issue with. What I would use it for, though, is getting it from 100% or 90% down to 50 or 60 so that you can fly. Yeah, and by fly, I mean get on an airplane, like with it, travel with it. You don't want to get on an airplane with, which I know isn't a problem right now, but you don't want to get an airplane with a battery that's at 100%. So that's my use case for it is if I know I'm going to be traveling and I haven't discharged them to that, and then for storage. But Philip, you've heard you want to store lipos at 50%, right?
Yeah, or less. I think somewhere around 40 is what I heard. But I actually just use the DJI feature of doing it. I think we talked about this last time. I use that solely, and it works fine for me.
It does. The only thing with it is that it doesn't happen fast enough in some cases. I've had cases where, for example, I had my Mavic 2 in the Netherlands last year, and I was planning to fly. I was planning to fly one more day after I went to the windmills, and it was a terrible rainy day, so I didn't get to fly. But I'd already charged them all. I was in a small hotel room, so I wasn't going to run them through my drone. So I basically just flew with them full, which I know wasn't smart. But if I had a device like that, I could have taken them down without discharge. I could have discharged them because it was the next day, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't travel enough for that to be practical for me, but yeah, well, I could understand if you need to travel like with the last minute. Well, if you need to travel the next day with it and you need to discharge it really quickly.
Yeah. Well, Alex has graciously agreed to give one of these things away. And so if you own a DJI drone, by the way, I'm sorry, I just remembered that Gerald Sherman gave a $20 super chat. Thank you, Gerald, for the $20 super chat. I saw that a minute ago and I didn't want to interrupt, but very much appreciated. Gerald, I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat before. Maybe I've just missed you, but welcome if you're new. And if you've been here a while and I've missed you, sorry, but you got my attention, so thank you. So Alex is going to give away a Phantom Angel, and it's called the Phantom Angel, but it actually works on every DJI drone except for the Spark and the Mavic Mini. He's not going to do the Spark because I think the Spark is kind of not going to be continued to be manufactured and sold. He is working on the Mavic Mini and he's working on the Mavic 2 Air, but he said it's going to be a few weeks before those are ready. So if you want one, what he'll give you is he'll give you a Phantom Angel, kind of like the one I had, with two different battery plugs, two different types of connectors, and then a switch, so you can switch between them so that it does the right voltage for each one, which is pretty cool. The one thing I'll just say, though, the thing is just really well made. It's aluminum, or aluminium, as they call it over there, and the switching is really nice. The heat shrinking is really nice. It just feels like I like the way the guy made the thing. So if you want to win this thing, Philip, you want to tell him how to win it? You should have the instructions in front of you. But don't read the last line because that's the answer.
Okay. So, wait, where is it? See, okay. This is what happens when you give me the thing last minute. I don't even know.
Boo-hoo. It's on page 2, top of page 2. All right, I'll tell you. Just go. Oh, in the meantime, I've got 5, I think, Canadian dollars from Tay Tries Things. So wouldn't be smart to just use a 3X battery pack as a power bank that you got from the Mavic Mini Flymore combo. I think you can. I think that has a USB plug on it. Does anybody know if the Mavic Mini's 3-port plug? And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Does anybody know if you can charge a phone and stuff with that? Do you know?
I don't know if the Mavic Mini, but with the Mavic 2 Pro, there's an adapter I know, and with the earlier Mavic there was also.
Yeah, the original Mavic Pro, they had a little adapter that would turn the battery into USB.
Mavic Air, so that would be a way to discharge it without actually wasting the batteries as well. So that's a good point.
That's an excellent point. So you just charge your phone and discharge your batteries.
Yeah,
I like it. Well done. And thank you again for the super chat. All right, so do you have the instructions?
Yeah.
All right.
In Kelly's review of the Phantom Angel video on YouTube, how long did it take the Mavic Air battery to completely discharge?
Okay, so if you've watched it and memorized it, then you would know. But if you have only watched it and probably not memorized it, you might need to go back and look. But what I want to know, and what Thomas is going to be on the lookout for in the chat, is how long did it take the Mavic Air battery to go from it was near 100% down to no, I'm sorry, it was probably around 60% when I started, and I did a full discharge. So from the point of which the light went out, basically. So if anybody can tell us the number in minutes, and bonus if you can say it in seconds. Ellis says 8 minutes. Somebody said 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 31 minutes, 28 minutes. Not seeing the right answer yet.
No.
18, 16, 18.
Nothing yet. I heard that COVID cough, by the way.
Yeah.
Tell your people to run.
Yeah.
Found it.
Marty Genska. Way to go, Marty Genska. So Marty, you're the winner. Can you let us know if you have a Mavic, if you have a DJI drone that would be compatible? Still lots of answers coming in. Guys, Marty won. Sorry. Lots of answers. Whoa, they're really going now. 32.21. Marty, do you have a Mavic drone or a DJI drone? Let us know. Contact me, Kelly at Ready Set Drone, or Contest at Ready Set Drone, either of those, and let me know. If you don't, then I'll save it and give it away to somebody else. Marty, wait, there's Marty. He says thanks. Marty, do you have a DJI drone? Waiting for the answer from Marty. Well, I'll wait on you, Marty. Hey, Whizbang99.
I'm looking for a follow up just in case. 3D Rebel is our backup.
Oh, 3D Rebel. Okay, in case Marty doesn't have one.
Or Rebel. 3D REEBL.
Oh yeah, Marty has one. He has two actually. And Bob Reuter, gave us a super chat. And Artco Drone Solutions.
Yep.
Thank you to Bob and to Art for that. I am planning to actually have hard art on my show very soon too, so we can look forward to that. Marty does have drones that will work with that, so we're good there.
Cool.
So the next thing I was going to talk about, so again, thank you to everyone who watched that video, and thank you to Alex Proto. What I'm going to do, Marty, is put you in touch with Alex, the maker of that, and he'll ship you one. They're actually over $100, so it's a pretty good deal, financially if you want one. I want to talk about this guy. Now, I got to ask you, Philip, did you watch this video?
Yes, I did, and I was cringing.
Good.
I don't know if it was entirely your fault. I'll just say that. In my opinion, I think that you did good besides the wind. I know that wind is a factor, but you can fly drones in a wind, so it's...
Yeah. So this is made by a gentleman named Clifton. Clifton is also from Tennessee. He is based in Tennessee. I talked to him on the phone because I didn't want him to think that I was ripping on him or anything, because he sent me this. I knew it was a windy day. I take full responsibility. I even said that in the video. Hopefully, Philip, was it clear that I was taking responsibility?
Yes, it was clear that you blamed yourself.
Yeah, I totally messed up on this guy. But the point is that this is a device that he makes for the Mavic Pro. He asked me to see if it would fit on the Mavic 2. I don't think it will, and honestly, I wouldn't fly my Mavic 2 over water like that. This is my old Mavic Pro Platinum, and if for everybody who hasn't watched the video, it's my last video before this one, and it's pretty funny, I think. I had a good time editing it together, and we did a premiere of it the other night. So all was good there. I took this guy apart actually. So there's just some little screws right here that you can take off the bottom. And then there's these here on the top that you can take out. You need I think it's called a Torx wrench, a little tiny Torx wrench. I took it apart, and a couple things, if you ever take one of these apart, that I learned. Oh, hey, Barry Markowitz. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but I did mention and show pictures of your drone for sale. So, hey, 400 AGL. Thank you, Mel. Send you the SD card. Yes. So actually, Mel, the one clip I couldn't get. I was able to get the footage from it, but I wasn't able to get the clip where it tipped over. That's the one I need. So I will send you the SD card, and if you can recover it, I would appreciate it. And you're paying me $5 for that. Thank you. That can be cover postage. Anyway, it was pretty easy to take apart, but a couple of things. The bottom comes off really easily, and then there's like a circuit board in there. Have you taken one of these apart, Philip?
I have not, no.
Okay. There's a circuit board in there that lifts out, and it has a little bitty kind of like plasticky thing that sits on top of it. I mean, it's almost like you're dealing with like, I don't know, intestines and guts and stuff, because it all kind of wiggles around. But that was easy. Took that apart. And then the top part, here's the thing. If you take this part off, the front doesn't come all the way off. I tried really hard. You can even see, Scott, can you get a close-up of that right there? I don't know if people can see, but it's kind of nicked up. Can you see that, Philip?
Yeah. That's so when you stuck a flathead in it and stabbed it.
Yes, I stuck a flathead in it and tried to pry that off. Wouldn't come off, but what I'm going to warn everybody is if you take this off, there's a ribbon cable in here. It's really short, and there's like a connector that's connected to the top. When you lift this off, the ribbon cable comes out, and then you're like, when you try to put it back on, you can't really put the ribbon cable back on. So if you do take that off, lift very slowly so you don't undo that ribbon cable. Because I did get the ribbon cable back on eventually. But here, I'll show you guys if we want to give it a try. I took the props off. Everybody ready? Got a nice shot of it there, Scott. We're gonna, I don't know if you can see the lights on the top. Well, actually, you know what, Scott? Let's get a shot of the gimbal front. We'll see if it's still good. Here we go. All right, battery's coming up.
Let's see it do its cat-like stretch.
Yep, there's the little lights on. Well, I heard the noise. Is the gimbal doing its thing?
No, I don't see it.
Oh, shoot. Well, there's an amateur move.
Oh, you didn't remove the... Nice.
I'm a drone pro!
Wow.
Let me try. Let's try again. Let's see if this time it's. You know what? Probably what it comes down to. Well, now that
we go.
Probably the gimbal was working, and now it's fried. All right. Let's see if we get some gimbal dancing.
Speaking of iPhone, though, have you seen like the I don't know, the music video or whatever he did with the camera doing like the cat-like stretches?
Oh no, but I need to see that. Hey, yeah, Thomas, can you refresh the Mac, the other Mac, the chat Mac? I just can't see. Thank you. Yeah, so it's on. And full disclosure, I actually tried this at home because I figured if I pushed it and nothing happened, it would be really boring. The gimbal's working. The props, if they were on, would have rotated like they do because the motors did that. But here's the problem: this little light back here, not coming on. And this little light, I think, is the one that indicates whether you are connected to your remote or not. So it wouldn't reconnect to the remote. So something's going on. I'm wondering if maybe I didn't get that ribbon cable reconnected properly. I don't know. It seems like an 80% working drone, but I'm gonna figure out whether it makes sense to get it fixed or whether I should just sell or donate. I have like 6 batteries for it and a couple of cases. I have a ton of props, master air screw props. I have a lot of stuff for it. So does anybody out there, I'll tell you what, if anybody out there has a Mavic Pro or a Mavic Pro Platinum and you want a really good deal, I would at least want to cover shipping on the cost, but I'll make you a super duper deal on, I don't know, 4 or 5 batteries. I'll give you the whole inventory. 4 or 5 batteries, bunch of master air screw props, a bunch of adapters for tablets. I have a ton. I mean, because this was out so early, I have a ton of stuff that was sent to me for this. A lot of it's still in the box and such. So, yeah, Bill. So I think the rice thing would work, except that I would probably have to get the rice inside of it. You think I should send it to Jeff Sills and see if he can fix it?
So a couple things on that. First of all, have you ever seen the Louis Rossmann channel and like the work that he does on MacBooks?
No.
Okay, so he's a guy
Rossmann.
Who's in New York. Yeah, he basically live streams Mac repair, and every time that someone
audio only though, so it's like,
yeah, that's literally what he does, Mac and iPhones. But every time that someone spills something on it, it works for a little while, and then it stops working after, and he has to go in and resolder stuff. So even if you think that it's working now, that doesn't mean that there isn't stuff on your board that's going to make it stop working in the future. And then my second thing is, I would recommend just sending it to DJI because they'll give you a refurbished drone that doesn't have any problems for like $200.
That's true. That's true. Well, I mean, and the other question is, do I need another drone? Because I have a lot. I mean, just being honest here.
Fair.
So let me figure that out. If somebody does have one, or maybe if Jeff Sills wants to work on it, I don't know. Rich G, email me, Kelly at Ready Set Drone. I don't know because I need to look and see. But you know, again, I don't want much for the batteries. But I do want to give. If I do end up sending the batteries and such to somebody, I want to send them to somebody who actually has a drone and can use them. You know, I don't want them to go to waste because they're all in pretty good shape. Yeah, Sean had mentioned denatured alcohol. I actually did, Sean, use a little bit with a Q-tip, a swab, when I cracked it open, but I couldn't get to everything, right? It wasn't taken apart enough for that. But what I did is I took it apart where I had everything propped open and then I had a fan blowing in it for 48 hours. But Brad, I will talk to you about the price. For you, come on, I'll make you a deal. All right. Enough on the pontoons. Anyway, guys, don't hate on this guy who made these things. He's a really nice guy. I talked to him. It was my fault. I crashed it. I will, if anybody wants some of these, hit me up and I'll put you in connection with this guy in Tennessee who can make them Clifton. And again, really nice guy. This thing is really well made, by the way. He works in a manufacturing plant where he actually makes repairs and parts for sewing machines. So this is welded right here. These things, I mean, it is not going anywhere. It needs another probably 2 inches on the front here and maybe some counterweights in the back or something.
That's easy to fix, right? Some dowel rod and some more pool noodles.
Yeah. It wouldn't be hard to make these longer. The reason he said he kept them this length is so that they didn't get in the shots, you know, of the camera. That was kind of his point. But all right. So the next on the agenda is the flight crew. So I want to just talk real quick about the Ready Set Drone flight crew. A lot of you guys are in the chat. If you see somebody with a super cool looking icon next to their name, either a Ready Set Drone logo or something that looks like Air Force stripes, they are part of the flight crew. So these are guys who have joined my channel. They donate a little bit of money every month so that when I do crash a drone like this, I can give it away or give away the parts, and you know, they kind of help me pay for my addiction to these things, which I really appreciate. So thank you, flight crew. Thank you, Mel. Mel's in there. Rick's in there. Brad's in there. You guys, I really, Philip, I think, is in the flight crew. He kind of jumps in and out. He has a lot of credit cards that expire. He always puts a card that's like, oh, Bill's in there, Metro Drones. Again, thank you guys for being in the flight crew. The reason I wanted to mention that is because I have a video coming up next from someone in the flight crew, someone in the audience here. So I think we should just go ahead and roll the video and see if you guys can guess whose video this is. There's a lot of people out there who are debating who was the first one to say Chris Hope. No, that was actually Philip's video. Philip made that video out on his farm.
Yeah, I definitely have a farm.
No, Chris Hope, guys, I would strongly encourage you to go visit Chris Hope's channel. I call this little segment 2 Minutes of Hope because every time I talk to Chris Hope or every time I see him in a chat, it puts a smile on my face. He is one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Supports tons of channels, not just the big ones either. He supports this channel. He supports a lot of smaller channels. Chris does not discriminate. He will tell you the truth no matter what. So thank you, Chris Hope, for sending that video. I'm hoping if it wasn't too much of a pain, that Chris Hope doesn't mind doing this every month for us. Just a minute or two of hope. Just some of that pretty footage from his farm, and also your sunrises. If you guys, by the way, he gets up early on Sunday mornings. Have you ever watched one of his sunrise things, Philip?
I have a couple times, yeah.
So he gets up and live streams sunrises on Sunday morning. So I'd love to see 100 people watching this Sunday on his sunrise thing. So if you guys are up early on Sunday, go over to Chris Hope's channel and check it out. And by the way, I just wanted to tell everybody real quick, that music track, I used that music track in a video like a year and a half ago, and it was the most comments I've ever gotten, positive comments I've ever gotten on a music track. Everybody was like, what was that? It was so good. It was so good. That is Epidemic Sound. I am an affiliate. I have an affiliate account with Epidemic Sound now, so I'm just being transparent. But I love Epidemic Sound. Ken Herron introduced me to them a while back, and actually turned me on to them about 2 or 3 years ago. They're pretty reasonable, depending on the size of your channel. I mean, they're pretty reasonable no matter what. I think it's $15 until you reach 100,000 subscribers, and then it goes, or maybe 50,000, then it goes up to 30 a month. But it's unlimited. Like totally, you can use all of their tracks. That was one of their tracks on Epidemic Sound, and I just thought that that's a piece of music I would listen to normally. But they have a ton of good stuff. So if you're interested in using royalty-free or copyright, not having copyright strikes on your channel, go check out the link to Epidemic Sound that's in my description. I would appreciate it if you are thinking about music. I think actually Chris Hope uses Epidemic Sound, but he just let me pick the music, which I thought was nice too. He sent me a really nice piece of video, and I put the music on, and so good to go. So that was 2 Minutes of Hope, and again, Chris Hope, he's the man. So next up. And speaking of Chris Hope being the man, Scott, could you do me a favor? There is an orange backpack either in my office or out there. Could you bring it in here? It has my official drone opener in it, and it's something that was built by and made by Chris Hope. Do they have the descendants? Sean, they're sort of lacking in their late 80s, early 90s power pop punk rock stuff. Yeah, that's the one. Thank you, Scott. Scott Richardson, ladies and gentlemen. So have you seen me use this yet, Philip? I'm like a ninja with this thing.
No, I don't think I have.
So I'll brag on Chris Hope for a minute. He makes these knives, and he made this one, and it's awesome. And it is my official drone opening knife. Now, why am I opening this drone right now? A little while back, I don't know, probably a week or two ago, I did a video where I sent my crashed Mavic Mini in to be repaired. And by the way, for anybody who looks at the stats and the Creator Studio in YouTube, you can look and see where people back up a video. Did you know that, Philip? Like you can actually see where people drop off. So the point where I crashed this, there's this big spike. There's a graph that shows you what, it's like while I'm talking, it's going down, 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 down. Then drone footage, okay, goes up, and then I crash, whoosh, goes way up. So apparently crashing your drone gets you views, guys. Just saying.
I can relate to that. I skip around your videos.
As you should. Because you wouldn't want to know that it was 21 minutes and win the contest, would you?
No.
So
I can't win anyway.
That's true. You're not qualified. You're DQ'd because you're co-host. So this guy here was sent back to me, and on the video, in all sincerity too, I don't want anybody to think I was faking, but I honestly thought, I was like, they sent me a whole new drone, because this is exactly what the box looks like for this thing. And then I got a lot of comments from people, and I think they may be right or they might not be. I don't know. I'm going to find out. Saying, no, that's not the whole kit. That's not a remote control. It's not a battery. It's just the drone by itself. They just put it in the original box and shrink wrap it without all that stuff. What do you think, Philip?
I actually don't know. By the pictures, it looks like it's both. But someone's in the comment, or someone in the chat earlier called you dumb for thinking, because they said it says on the package that it's just the drone only. But I can't tell if it says that or not.
It does. No, it says right here on the side. It says, well, it has the description. A lot of it's in Chinese. So first of all, I am dumb, but I can't read Chinese. And the reason I'm dumb is not this. There's lots of other reasons why I'm dumb, but this is low on the list. Anyway, can you see all that Chinese? Can you take that other camera real quick? I mean, who can see that? Anyway,
yeah,
I might be wrong in this case, and so I thought I would just put it out here. I don't know. Benny's asking how much this weighs. It's hard to tell because it's such a lightweight drone anyway. You know, it's sort of hard to tell. Well, let's find out if I am smart or if I'm dumb.
I hope it's everything, so that way you can actually give it away.
Well, regardless, I am going to give one away. I actually have access to another one that I can give away. That's the whole kit. Okay. So I suppose I could have compared the weight of those two, but we're into it now. Hey, and by the way, D&D aerial views, can't really afford wings. A pity. Certainly support you guys, though. Keep up the great work, Kelly. Thank you, D&D. I appreciate that. And I'm going to tell you how to win the full kit. So I hope, D&D, if you want want a drone, you will enter this contest. And actually, the contest, it's just going to require some hard work. And if people will do the hard work, and by hard work, I mean some mouse clicking, literally like just looking some stuff up online. Some research. It's a little scavenger hunt that I'm going to send you guys on to win. Okay, wait, I am dumb. Philip, tell us a joke.
Kelly's life. There we go.
Oh! How dumb am I? Look at it. It even has a slot for it. Okay, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. And it has one of these things. Has one of these silica do not eat gels. See, I'm so dumb. If that didn't say do not eat, I would have eaten it. That's how dumb I am.
Did it include the battery though? I think it did.
Let's see if it has a battery. It has. Oh, I know that Dana Williams is not watching, but I know he hates when people pull these things off because he likes to leave them on because he's older than me. Let's see here. All right, use my Chris Hope prying device and open that right there. All right, is there a battery in it? Nope, no battery.
Nope.
All right, well, I didn't score quite as well as I thought I had. I suppose I will go back and amend the comments or the pinned comment in that video just to admit that I was wrong. So, sorry. But hey, here I am. I'm owning it, right? That's what life is all about. So
I didn't call you dumb. That's what the chat said earlier.
You just got a big grin on your face. Somebody in the chat called you dumb.
Well, I did think it was funny. That's why I mentioned it.
Worst co-host ever. All right. So, no, thank you guys. And again, just to know, I was wrong. But you would have thought. I mean, here's why I thought it had everything. Right? There's a friggin' picture of the remote right there. Right? So I thought for sure it had a remote in it. So
it makes sense. That's what the actual packaging is, though. When you get it, right? That's
the packaging. I mean, everything was the same. I guess if I could have figured out the weight, then it would have gone. All right, so we are going to. No, this is not my old drone, by the way. I believe this is that's a good question. No, it has all the little. It has all the little plastic doohickeys on it. I don't think they would have done this. And the one I sent them. I took the props off. I think they sent me a refurb or a new one, but they didn't send me a remote. All right, so here's the question. We are going to give one of these away with a remote control, with a battery, with the whole shebang, and I'm going to tell you how to win it right now. Okay, now as I said here, this is Joe. I think it is a new drone or a refurb. So. The way you win your Mavic Mini kit, not this one, but one with all the stuff, is like so. First of all, if you aren't a subscriber and you're watching this, then thank you for tuning in, even though you're not a subscriber, but please subscribe. I don't think Scott's a subscriber, so Scott could. Oh, Scott subscribed. All right. Well, you can win. Well, I don't know if you're disqualified. Yeah, you don't know what he looks like, so he can win. All right. Here's what you got to do. Once you have the answer to my question, you have to email it. I know a lot of kids don't use email these days, but it's contest@readysetdrone.com. Don't send it to any of my other emails because that's the official email for this contest. Contest@readysetdrone.com. I checked it earlier today. It works. So I have hidden 3 characters. And by characters, I don't mean like Pokemon or Mario or Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean like letters and numbers. Okay, you with me so far, Philip?
Yes, definitely.
Hidden 3 characters in the descriptions on in 3 videos, 3 different videos on my channel. Now, there's a lot of videos on my channel, but what you'll find as you start to look through these characters is, or through the descriptions, click on a video, let it play. As it plays, look down in the description, and towards the bottom, you will see something that says Mavic Mini Code 1, and then there will be the code, which is either a letter or a number. Mavic Mini Code 2. So you have to find 3 of these things, and they go in order. So number 1 is the first one, number 2 is the second one, number 3 is the third one. And hopefully when you see what the letters are and numbers, it'll make sense. And then email me those 3 characters. So if it's XYZ or if it's 48B or whatever, email those the 3 letters to me at contest@readysetdrone. And then the first 10 people to email me will be in the drawing on June 5th to win. So you got to be in the first 10. So it's, I have 500, 600 videos out there. So it's going to take a little while. But if you're diligent and you get out there tonight, you could be in the first 10. I will announce everyone who is in the first 10. And by the way, once I get 10 people who got the 3 characters correct, I will, once I get 10 of them, I'll post something online to let people know you can stop looking. Because after that, I'm not going to take any more entry. Sean, nope, that's not it. Sean's just going to start AAA, BBB, 111, 222. No, Sean, no.
I know what the letters are, and I don't even. I just know you, and I know what they are, and you probably should have made it something more difficult.
Sean says chat goes silent as everybody is searching. So go find him, send it to me, contest@readysetdrone. The first 10 people to get it right, I will pick the winner on January 5th. And if you throw it up in the chat, everybody's going to see it. So if you do find him, I wouldn't throw him in the chat, email him. So there you go. That's how you're going to win the Mavic Mini. I'll ship it out June 6th, the day after that. So the next thing we're going to talk about is subscriber of the month. Can you play the little music sting or something? We got some fanciness going with the mixer tonight, which I can't actually hear. But and then Thomas, can you also refresh the Mac chat, please? Thank you, Thomas. It's a good thing he has long arms because he can reach a lot of stuff over there. So subscriber of the month is my way of saying thank you to folks who have joined us, have been very positive in the chat, have been participating, have been looking at not just my channel, but others, just the positive, supportive people out there. And so if you're unclear, it's in random videos on my channel on the contest. So subscribers of the month are people that I just want to call out. I try to send them a nice little gift package that includes maybe a drone, maybe one of these. I only got 10 of these made, and I think I have like 2 left, so I will get more made. But subscribers of the month, this is actually a real Yeti. It keeps stuff hot and cold. I think a couple people in the chat have one of these and know how good they are for keeping stuff hot and cold. Anyway, Audi Overbeek was January. So congratulations to Audi. Tater Rogers was February. I haven't seen Tater in a while. I don't know where he's been. Has anybody seen Tater in the chat tonight? Philip?
He is not here tonight.
You should go check out Tater's channel because he does some really funny drone songs. Bill from Metro Drones was March. And then Rick Halber was April. Rick Halber actually got a brand new Mavic Mini. And Rick Halber did me a favor and lent me the beacon for the Skydio 2, which I've been using. I'm going to get a video out soon, I promise. But those are our 4 for 2020 so far. A lot of people in the chat, Mel and Chris, have been winners before. So this month, and actually it's disappointing because I don't think this person is in the chat tonight, although I have seen this person quite a bit recently. It is someone who's not from Tennessee, but her name is Jenna C. You get that? She's not from.
Funny.
I just thought it was funny that
Oh.
we've talked a lot about Tennessee tonight. But yeah, Jenna C, Jenna Cook is the May subscriber of the month. I think a lot of you guys met her at SpinUp. She is, I think she was here she was here both years, yeah. She's always in the chat saying great things to the community, very supportive. I'll even say the other night when Ken Herron hung out, when he simulcast his live stream on my channel and his, because he thought he couldn't on his for a copyright issue. Jenna hung out in my channel, which only had like 20 people chatting. The other channel had like, I don't know, like 400 people chatting. She and Chris and a few people hung out with me. I told Ken over afterward, I was like, it was like we were at the kids' table at Thanksgiving, you know? But yeah, Jenna is awesome. She's just one of the great ladies of the drone world. And so if anybody talks to her, please let her know that she won. I'm going to be sending her a prize package pretty soon. And congratulations to Jenna. I think she's our first woman to win subscriber of the month. And I feel kind of bad about that. But way to go, Jenna. If you want to be subscriber of the month, subscribe and just do the awesome stuff that you guys are all doing right now. And that's keeping it positive and helping each other out and just being good people. So thank you. All right, getting down to the wire here. I'm over an hour, and I always like to try and keep it under an hour. What are we going to talk about next, Philip?
We are going to talk about SpinUp 2020. What?
Wait. 2020. Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about SpinUp 2020. So, and Philip, you have the sheet in front of you. This is all kind of news to you too, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Hey, Jody Shores, another great lady in the drone community by marriage. So this year, you know, with everything that's going on and with some comments I've heard from people being concerned about travel and such, we are going to do SpinUp as a virtual event. And it's going to be a live stream, but it's going to be more than a live stream because we're going to have a whole bunch of people. Well, I'd say a whole bunch. We're going to have some people, you know, as much as we can have with social distancing in the studio, here in this studio. And this is actually a bigger space than it looks like. You can't really see everything. Yeah, Scott, can you just pan around a little bit? There's room. There's room for couches and drones. There's a high ceiling. There's a lot of stuff in here that you can actually turn around and get a shot of Thomas back there, would you? Oh, come on. Thomas is back there working hard. Anyway, we're going to do it here in our studio in Austin. It's going to be a live stream virtual event. It's going to go from 10 a.m. till 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon on September 12th, 2020, which is a Saturday. I was trying to find a good Saturday that was sort of not a holiday and all that, and this is the one that worked out, so hopefully it works for you guys. And we're going to have pre-recorded guests. We're going to have live guests in the studio. We're going to have live guests like Philip here, that'll be live via internet. We're going to go for a lot of the days. I've already got some really good commitments from some companies to do sponsorships. I'm going to have a ton of giveaways. Can anybody out there, I know Art can certainly comment on this, and Brad, how much stuff do we give away at SpinUp? Can you guys just kind of like tell everybody in the chat who hasn't been to SpinUp? We give away... I feel like me saying it. Yeah, it's a lot. I mean,
yeah, I never win, even though I was eligible both times. But yeah, it's sad. But literally 50 people walked away with prizes last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. We give away toy drones. We give away toy cars. We gave away Art ended up with a RoboMaster. DJI has always come through with some awesome new drones for us. I'm also hoping to get some things from some other manufacturers, as well as maybe some things like Part 107 free classes, stuff like that. Yeah, Ten Toes knows. He was there. So anyway, it's going to be a virtual live event on September 12th. We're going to make it as interactive as possible by allowing people to participate throughout the day via these kind of situations. And I think, you guys have noticed a lot of experimentation going on my channel recently with having like us stream to 2 different channels with Ken and I, and then just recently tonight with Oz by Drone. we're kind of figuring out maybe we could stream to multiple channels. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we could slice this. So so I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be the right thing to do with COVID right now. You know, who knows what's going to be going on in the fall. And I think people got a question, how participate. I will explain all that in a later video. So all of that said, I'm going to give more details, and I will come out with a video that explains like how to register and all that good stuff in another video. But I just wanted you guys to know, mark your calendar, September 12th, and we will have SpinUp online. And because everybody likes the get-together aspect of it, currently we are planning for a live experience on October 3rd after SpinUp. So SpinUp's on September 12th. October 3rd will be a live in-person get-together. We're planning to do this in Dillon, Colorado, which is where I recently was with Ed Ricker and with Sean. And we are going to have barbecue. We're going to fly drones together. We're going to have dinner together. Going to hang out, and it's going to be kind of the thing we've done in the past, the day after SpinUp. So that'll be on October 3rd. I'm going to try to keep these things very inexpensive or free. I know there have been questions, well, why do you charge so much for it? Scott here knows, because Scott actually provided all the AV for me. If you came to SpinUp the last 2 years, you know we had pipe and drape, we had projectors, we had sound systems, we had wireless microphones, we had computer interfaces, we had guys with trucks to load all that stuff in, set it all up, lights, all that stuff. You got to pay for that, right? They're not going to do it for free. Jenna's in the house. All right. Hey, Jenna, did you hear the news? If you didn't, somebody. So all of that said, it's going to be a virtual event, September 12th. Mark it on your calendars, and then it's going to be a live event, October 3rd. The event in October 3rd is going to be literally just a get-together. I'm also going to try and coordinate with Art and some of the folks in Colorado to make sure that we can all be on the same page about dates and like support each other's events, etc. I think there is another get-together going on in August in, I don't know if I was unsure if it's Colorado or North Dakota, but regardless, I want to support other events too. So thank you guys for all the support. Yeah, Jenna, congrats. I don't know if you just jumped in, but you are the subscriber of the month. Way to go. If you want to hear all the nice things everybody said about you, watch the replay.
Did you say the price of SpinUp yet? Because I don't think I heard that.
Well, I'm gonna include that in the next video. Basically, SpinUp's gonna be free to watch, and then what we're gonna do is add some barking dogs. We're gonna add some upgrades to it, some opportunities to do some other things that will require purchasing a ticket, but the price of the ticket is going to be very, very low. So there you go. I don't want to go any further, even though I had written it in here. So Philip, any other comments before we call it a night? We ran long tonight.
Well, I think we can give maybe a preview of what we might do next week or next month. Do we want to give a hint of that possibly?
Oh yeah. Why don't you? Yeah, this was your idea, and I think it's a pretty good one actually.
So I think as a community, we like to enjoy fun games together. And if you're familiar with Jackbox games at all, or you don't know Jack or Fibish, we're going to do one of those games live after the show. And yeah, we're going to play it together. So it's going to be one of the ones that you can have up to 10,000 audience or 10,000 people in the audience. Whoever the first 10 people are that join will be able to actually play with Kelly and I, and we'll have a fun time.
And all you need is a mobile phone, right?
Yeah, that's all you need, a mobile phone.
With a browser.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess a flip phone's not going to work. Scott's old Motorola that's this big isn't going to work. But if you have a modern phone, it's all good. So guys, thank you again for joining tonight. This was a really fun show. I think it would be fun to play some Jackbox afterward. I didn't realize you could play with remote people and that many people. It's really cool. Yeah, hey, 10 Toes, you're right. There's always somebody, right? But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Really, really appreciate everyone out there. And I'm going to leave you with the best way I could possibly leave you tonight. So take it easy.
When I fly, I won't fly long. Ready, Set, Drone. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends is the life for me. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone is my community. Goggles and rotors and FPV, props and motors and ESCs, gimbals and cameras are what we used to fly. Sharing stories and swapping tales, amazing triumphs and epic fails. And will you know if you don't ever try? Ready, Set, Drone, Ready, Set, Drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, Set, Drone, Ready, Set, Drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Ready, Set, Drone. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone will always fly with me. Flying fast and flying free, flying with friends is the life for me. 'Cause Ready, Set, Drone is my community. Ready, Set, Drone, Ready, Set, Drone. Spin up your props and plug in your phone. Fly with us and we think you'll agree. Ready, Set, Drone, Ready, Set, Drone. What's the point of flying alone? Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make you feel so free. Flying with friends will make